Ayo, keep it high, keep it tight, guys. It's Jay Morse, Review Guy, back to bring you another video. And if you haven't noticed, we're not at the truth desk, and I didn't do my intro. That's because this is a video that's a bit more serious. It's one that I was wanting to make, it's one that I needed to make, and it took me a little bit of time to kind of formulate my opinion on this, and it's going to be a bit more ranty, a bit more rambling, probably no editing in this whole thing. It's going to be very free form, very stream of consciousness type of thing. And this is a small thing that's going to spark pretty big, like rant-wise from me. So Best Buy, the American electronic retail chain, is pulling most of their CDs and music from the shelves in all stores across the United States. And they're going to keep select vinyls and select CDs, and it's only in certain places, and they're only going to keep a very small selection. And on surface level, on base level, this implies a lot, and it, in my opinion, has a lot to do with a lot of different things. And I think people are blowing it out of proportion in a very large way, to the point to where they're making a lot of assumptions that it's surely because of Amazon that Best Buy is just not able to sell CDs anymore, or that CDs are just getting old or out of fashion. And it's a lot bigger than that. And in this video, what I'm going to hope to do is, in my opinion, explain how I think this whole thing's working and how CDs and other music forms, physical copy, are having a resurgence and are bigger than ever, despite the fact that logic and pretty much what's right in front of your face is showing you another way. This is just how I kind of see the whole situation from an outside point of view. So I'm a music listener, and I really enjoy CDs. I enjoy owning music from bands and artists that I enjoy. And Best Buy is a place that I have bought many CDs. And I don't think it's necessarily because of Amazon. Best Buy sells a lot of major kind of company items. They sell gaming systems, they sell movies, and they sell shows, and they sell electronics of any kind. They sell cameras, they sell phones, they sell computers, they sell headsets and keyboards. CDs isn't the thing that's going to push them over the edge to become a bigger company. They're more so replacing with other things. And the reason that they are getting rid of CDs, in my opinion, is because there is a monopoly that is being placed by multiple industries that are attacking physical copies. And it's not just Amazon, it's iTunes, it's Spotify, it's other streaming services, and I'm not blaming it on those streaming services, because in many ways streaming services are really good because it opens people up to new music. It gives them the opportunity to discover new artists and bands that they might have not previously been privy to. But take a major CD, for example. Let's say Drake's new album, Scorpion, or Panic at the Disco's new album. I think it's called Pray for the Weekend, I think it's called. I can't even remember. It wasn't that memorable. But any major release from a band or artist that is in the mainstream. Take a chain such as Walmart. They're pretty much everywhere. I don't think there's any states that wouldn't have a Walmart in them. I might be wrong there, but that's just what I would think. You're going to go to the local Walmart to pick up the newest really big release because it is the most accessible. It is the cheapest, most likely, because money's always a big factor in these types of things, and it's just going to be easier to find them there. So there is a monopoly that's formed by certain stores that still carry music, and that goes not just for music but many other things. And obviously Best Buy is getting rid of a lot of their CDs, some stores if not all, due to streaming services, due to just the digital marketplace that has formed, as well as just the fact that it's so easy for free or dirt cheap to stream and listen to music, even if it's not the same quality as a CD recording. And to get to the second argument, that CDs are dying. That's why you're seeing more and more places quit carrying them. You're seeing more and more places move away from the electronic field due to the digital marketplace that is not just forming because of music, but forming regarding movies, television shows, with things like Hulu and Netflix coming about. Books. Books are in a kind of recession right now. You're dealing with Kindle, you're dealing with online, the ability to read these books online from tablets and Kindles and computer, where it is easier to do anything. And I believe that this age, this era of accessibility, as well as ease of access, is making options become more thin and lower the standards of everything that surrounds it. And you have the people on one side who still think it's worth it. And I'm not trying to pick a side here. I'm not trying to say that one side is more logical, one side is more valid than the other. I'm not trying to invalidate the side that believes that streaming is the best thing, Kindle's the best thing, watching Netflix is the best thing. I'm saying that it's a shame that one side is kind of taking control. And the reason I think that just overall the physical marketplace for music is becoming bigger than ever is vinyl sales are up and streaming sales are down. And if let's take the genre of heavy metal, which is a genre that I particularly like. Let's take a band like, I don't know, Cattle Decapitation. They have cassettes. Cassettes. That is who listens to cassettes nowadays. That's what a lot of people would say. And this is a band that is fairly underground, that is definitely not known by the mainstream. And if you're not privy to that specific genre, you're not going to know much about that band. Well, they have cassettes, they have vinyls, they have CDs. And if that's the case, then why would a band that is underground, that is fairly unknown unless you are into that type of music, be able economically to put out music such as that on those types of formats if no one was listening to them, no one was buying them? And that's why there is a resurgence, is because just because Best Buy is getting rid of most of their CDs and vinyls, and just because many stores are lowering their selection due to just economic gain, because economical opportunity is something that all companies want to have, and monopolization is something that every company wants to have, and Amazon and all of these other marketplaces for separate things and separate interests that different people have that make it more accessible, make it more easy to consume and buy things for cheaper prices at a more high rate and a more sometimes lazy way. It makes it easier. But you get sites such as SumerianMerch.com or Metal Blades Merch or Merch Bucket. These labels, you can go directly to them, and that's not something that's necessarily new, but it's the type of thing like, yes, Best Buy may not, okay, now that they're getting rid of a lot of their CDs, let's take an album that is going to be releasing this coming August 10th. They may not carry the new Era album entitled Neon, but you could go to a specialized CD store, such as FYE, which are for now still in business as far as I know, or in bigger cities. I'm sure that there are other CD stores, but I'm from a small state, so we don't have a lot of bigger chains of music stores, but you can go straight directly to the label's stores and purchase the music and have it shipped to you. So at the same time, yes, streaming at a base level, at a above surface, just what you can see, tip of the iceberg type of way, yes, streaming has hurt physical copies, but at the same time there's a resurgence because that digital marketplace not only killed CDs but brought them back and brought vinyls back, because the same people who maybe didn't want to spend the higher money or go out to try to seek out whatever CDs they're wanting are now able to simply go to these sites and purchase their music directly, whether it be from eBay, whether it be from Amazon, or whether it be directly from the label's merch site in and of itself. So I don't personally think that Best Buy expunging a lot of the CD collection that they have been selling for a very long time is necessarily the type of thing that's going to kill the company, but I don't think it's going to help the company. I don't think, because there's still plenty of people that listen to physical copies. Take that example that I gave you. How are underground bands that are fairly unknown, that are just trying to scrape by, able to make cassettes and make vinyls if no one's buying them? Like I said, vinyls are at an up, streaming is at a down, and it's because you're always going to have people on either side. I just think that the options should be available. And when it comes down to it, Best Buy is not exclusively a music store, obviously. They're not FYE. FYE is mostly a predominantly music store and things related to pop culture, such as movies, shows, merchandising, t-shirts for bands and music, just headsets, that type of thing, Funko Pops, figurines, posters, that type of thing, stuff. And while there are stores that specialize in music throughout the United States and other places, Best Buy is not exclusively a CD store. It's just a telling sign that perhaps the music industry is simultaneously moving into a new direction of a lack of physical copy and a resurgence in physical copy. And we're at that crossroads where there's going to be decisions made by the community of music listeners whether or not they're going to keep these things alive. And if not, then you're going to slowly see places start to wither. You're going to start seeing places stop carrying CDs. More places like Best Buy will stop carrying CDs, and you'll slowly see the formats for what bands and artists will format their physical copy music in, whether it be CD, cassette, vinyl, and slowly they'll maybe go back down just to CD. And slowly, they may not even carry the CDs anymore. And it may just be a digital industry's dream and an economical monopoly for the digital marketplace, because more and more bands are popping up that are solely on the internet. There are great tools, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, that you are able to discover music and consume music for little to no money, especially on YouTube. And you're seeing these bands and artists that are popping up that are just online, and that a lot of them don't even tour. They don't go out and tour anymore because that's not the generation, that's not the type of people that they are trying to cater to. They're catering to an online generation of people that are being raised and bred up in such a way that they are disregarding old formats for the new ones that they feel are equally as important. Whereas if you watch a live performance from your favorite band, you may like it, but it's not ever going to be the same as if you saw them live. And you may like your favorite internet band, but it would be cool if they went on tour and you got to see them on stage doing whatever they do. And it's a new era, and it's one that is going to be interesting. It's one that's going to be surely very strange, and I'm not 100% sure about how I feel about it. And we'll see how this whole thing works out. Sorry for venting, sorry for ranting, rambling. It's a pretty long video. I apologize for that. But anyways, guys, this has been Jay Morse, the Review Guy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. But until then, I'm signing off saying farewell.